Hi, it's Robledo. Welcome to my first iRacing video, and it's covering my first win in iRacing. We were racing in the B Legend series in the BRC hosted by Bearder, so thanks to him for hosting this. I've been having a lot of fun racing in this series. It's been 2 weeks, but we've already had 2 races in the first night, and in this video I'm only showing my Lime Rock race because that's the one I won, and I don't want this to be 40 minutes or whatever. So yeah, this is my point of view on the Lime Rock race that I won. This is only my third league race, and I was really shocked shocked at the results. So I guess, spoilers, but if you're watching this, you probably already watched Beater's live stream, and yeah, you follow me from the community or whatever. So yeah, I put a decent amount of practice in the night before, and then I ran a full 20-minute mock race an hour before the race started. So yeah, I feel very confident going into this race. I felt like I could win after practice, and then in the actual warm-up practice session that Beater had before the race, I was 3/10 faster than the next guy. So I felt like this was my race to lose. I should be winning this one. I just gotta keep it clean. But as you can see, when we get to qualifying, I completely screwed up. Right now we're just watching some practice laps, so the qualifying clips will be coming in a few seconds. So here's my qualifying lap. This is the actual lap. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself because I knew I was fast, and I was just really overdriving, getting on the gas, too early, too hard, especially through these like S's curvy section. I'm just really sliding around way too much, more than I usually would. I hit the curb there, and I'm just overcorrecting the car way too much. I'm in the grass, so that was it. Hard into the wall. Here's a replay. Just touch that curb a little bit, and got the little wiggle. Bearder has described this car as a demon, and they're very fun to drive. I didn't think I'd like these cars. I thought they'd be like, I don't know, like the Pacino and Circuit Superstars, but yeah, they're fun to drive, but very hard to drive. They can just snap on you, especially in this beginning part of the track. So that was so disappointing. I was so pissed off with myself that I completely threw it away. That was my pole. I was 3/10 faster in practice than the next guy. So here we go. Now we're in the race. There's the start. We're already passed one car, the yellow one. I forgot who that person is. Sorry. There's Bearder on the left. We get past. So we got a good start. And so did Kyle. Kyle's one of the fastest guys. He's the blue car up ahead, the 24. So we're following Orendorf, and he is one of the faster guys in this series, but he was struggling here to this first sector. As he runs a little wide there, I cut down to get a good run, but the leaders wreck up ahead. I don't really thread the needle, but I find a gap to the right-hand side, and I just completely go for it. And we're up to third. So we started last because of qualifying, but now we're up to third, and we're not even done with the first lap. And now we're following, I forget who this is. I'm still learning the names of these people. I watched them in the OCRP league that Bearder participates in. So I somewhat know them, but yeah, just I don't recognize their cars here. So the car ahead, 78, I think, he runs wide out of that exit, wiggles around. I keep the throttle pinned, and I just go for it. I overtake him. Now we're up to second. So last a second in 1.5 laps. And now that is Nick Gould up there. He is also one of the faster guys in this series. And here's the replay. Just the leaders wreck each other. The car is so snappy in this first sector. And there we go. past the whole pack of cars. A bit ambitious. That could have turned bad and ugly pretty quick and easy there, but yeah, Kyle in the after the first race, he told me I was a little too easy on him and like letting him go, and so going into this race, I felt like, well, I'll be more aggressive. And yeah, that could have been a bad moment if I crashed into someone, but luckily I didn't. So yeah, let's see what lap this is. Lap 3. So Nick, right here over the hill, he disappears for about 2 seconds, and so that's the gap. So this is a post, obviously, recording. I don't have the telemetry, but the gap after the second lap was about 2 seconds. So, but since I don't have the telemetry, we'll use that little crest to gauge how far behind we are from Nick. So here he had a little moment. So you can see here, he doesn't disappear as much over the hill. And this is how I gain on him over the course of this race. It is a 20-minute race, and lap times are about a minute each lap, so this is basically a 20-lap race. And that's how I would gain on Nick. He would just make little mistakes here and there, and yeah, I would. That's how I would catch up. We're so evenly paced, We're so even on pace. I don't know how to say that, but whatever. We're very even, but you know, like I said, I put a full 20-minute mock race before this race started, so I kind of know how this car will react later on in the run. Here's the gap again. Yeah, it came down a little bit, so he doesn't disappear as much. And I do have the telemetry. Here's my paper. You can't see it, but from lap 2 to 8, I gained 3/10, and from lap 10 to 13, I gained 5/10. So the gap by lap 13 will drop from about 2 seconds to 1.2. So here's a replay of the mistake Nick made. He missed the he didn't miss the apex, but he cut it too close on the sausage curve, and he didn't lose too much time, but just little by little, I would catch up to him. So here's lap 10. So yeah, like I said, actually by lap, what did I say? 3/10 by the end of lap 9 is what I gained. So yeah, we're very even on pace. I thought going into this series that I would do better on the ovals, but somehow I'm doing better on the road courses. Like I mentioned, I'm not showing the second race we did that night at Thompson. I did horrible. Not much happened. I got passed by Cyrus towards the end, so I finished 7th. Yeah, but I'm just gonna show this one because this is the one I won. So of course I'm gonna share this out there. Yeah, so I'm a bit surprised that I'm doing better on the road courses. At the Charlotte Roval in the first night, go check out Peter's video. Oh my god, that voice crack. Go check out Peter's video on his channel. I'll put all the links and stuff down there, and as well as the people in this league. So go watch it. I do make a little appearance in the battle for the podium, basically. So this is lap 14. So I put a little side by side together and timed it up right to the part of the track. Nick, he is sliding a bit more than I am, and so this part of the stint I am gaining on him much more than earlier, mainly because I'm not sure how much practice he put in, but I was really confident I'll just say that. I was really confident. I didn't really make any mistakes at all in this race. Yeah, so I was just really confident. Nick was very slidey, and by this point in the race. So, yep, I just knew I just can't make mistakes, and I'll be good for P2 at least, because Kyle's pretty far back. So I'm really pushing it now to catch up to Nick, as Bearder is up ahead in the lap car, or he's about to be a lap down. And Nick is really all over the track, so drifts through that little right-hander. And we have a good run on him heading into the chicane. It's still too far back to make a move. And here, he missed the apex and mounts the sausage curb on the left. And we take the lead of the race. That sausage curb on the left is so deadly. I've crashed myself so many times on that curb in practice. So now I'm in the lead. Nick is pretty close behind still. So yeah, I just knew I just gotta keep it clean. I'm confident. I know I can run clean laps and fast laps to stay ahead. So now we're on lap 16 on board with Nick. And Bearder is still up there ahead. You can see I am sliding the car a bit. Like I don't feel like I'm on edge, like I'm gonna wreck. I'm just sliding it because I know what the limit is. Try not to be braggish, but yeah, I just felt confident in this race. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I love racing these cars around here, and yeah, I never felt like I was on the edge of wrecking. So we get past Beardy here at a good spot on the track. Just he pulls over to the left. We get the run. I missed the apex, but no big deal. It's not a major mistake like what happened with Nick in the chicane. So just not the most optimal line obviously through those two turns, but it's better than a massive mistake. So we're on lap 17. You can still see just how much both of us are on the limit. We're both really sliding around. I don't really feel any pressure at this point. I am confident. I know how the car will react at this point in the stint. So Nick is really sliding around now, trying to keep up with me. Again, I'm not trying to be
Thank you.
I don't know what the right word is, braggish, but yeah, here he makes another big mistake. I see that in my mirror. He gets really sideways in the chicane, and yeah, so now I know I'm clear. I have an open road ahead of me apart from a lap car, and I just gotta keep it clean and don't mess up at all in these last few laps. The gap is about 2 seconds now from myself to Nick. So yeah, just a few more laps and we'll secure the win. So here's a lap car now that I'm overtaking, the yellow one. Again, I'm sorry, I forget your name. Yeah, so we're on lap 18 now, and still just sliding around the car in this first sector. There's so much fun to drive. And here's what happened with Nick on lap 18 at the end of that lap. He crashes, has a terrible flip. Luckily no one else was involved. And there goes Kyle. So now Kyle's in second place. He's about 4 seconds back, so I knew I just gotta take it easy on this final lap. I included on the left hand side my braking and throttle, and I was very twitchy on the brakes. My feet were absolutely shaking. I get so anxious and tense and nervous in general, but especially in this situation, I was just so on edge. The last 3 laps, just I couldn't believe it. It was just crazy, and here I almost crash and make a mistake. You can see on the left on the brakes, I'm just not consistent, and I almost spin going into the chicane, lock it up, and I was 4 seconds at the start of this lap, and I ended up 2 seconds ahead. But yeah, one more turn, and we win the race. So first race win in general on iRacing, of course, in this league. Just 3 races in.
Good winner, Roberto.
And wow, what a race. Luckily I didn't have to make any overtakes and lunges on anyone. I just capitalized on everyone's mistakes. And yeah, just had a clean win. What a
good win,
race.
Dave. I drove the wheels off this thing. I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, Nick was very, very fast.
Let's go, Robledo. Awesome job.
Thanks, Bearder. Yeah, this was. I'm having a lot of fun in this series. So I'll link everything for Bearder in the description. He should be uploading the highlights on this. I'm not sure when, or if it'll be out already when I upload this. You go watch his live streams Tuesday nights. He'll be live streaming these races. I won't be, but he will. So go there Tuesday nights. Check out his previous highlight video, the broadcast from night 1. So yeah, I'll put all that in the description. So thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and hopefully we can keep this success going. So yeah, bye bye.